What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've done an indie vinyl video, so this is my next entry. However, I'm going to deviate from the 12-inch long playing format, and I'm going to go into some singles and some cassette tapes, which aren't vinyl, but I think we'll be okay. This is an intermission of sorts, and I'm going to highlight K Records. Just a super indie label. You know, it's about as indie as it gets. The DIY aesthetic, crude rudimentary drawings, childish themes, stuff like that. So I don't have that much stuff, but I'm going to show what I got, basically. First is this is the first release by K Records. Danger is Their Business. This is all a cappella songs from '83. Lorraine Tong, singer family on there, Calvin Johnson. This is pretty demonstrative of the kind of label that K Records is. Pretty shooting first release for K Records. That might have been loud on the thing. This is later made available on CD and LP. I don't know if this tape came out at the same time. International Hip Swing, as you can see there, big old compilation of K Records 7 inches. This is a pretty stacked track list on this one. This has got, let's see, I know Tiger Trap, we got Lois, we got Heavenly, good stuff. Mecca Normal. Love this release, and like I said, available on CD and LP. I think that came out around '93. Dates are shaky on some of these cassette tapes. 7-inch single, the Flatmates. It's from '87. I Could Be in Heaven, Tell Me Why, and So in Love with You. There you go. I just love the art on these, so that's why I'm taking the time to show them, as opposed to just talking about them. This is taped by Pellmell, Steve Fisk's instrumental band, and this is their first release. For years, we stood clearly as one thing. I want to say 85 on this. It's a good looking tape. This is basically a half studio, half live EP here. Obviously, one thing that upsets me is seeing this Beat Happening LP for $5. You know, I've been looking for it for a while, and it's not a ton of money, but it's not $5 anymore. Of course, the address is right in. Order more good stuff. Got some Beat Happening singles. This is their very first, if I can get it out of here. Our Secret, Back with What's Important. This is from '84. And this doesn't have much on the inside, but, you know, in the manner of DIY aesthetics, you know, all these maracas were hand-colored with marker, and it bleeds through to the back. So you just get that visual of a couple of, this band just basically in their living room or something, dotting the maracas. I love that. Another Beat Happening single. This is Look Around with That Girl. It's from '87. Again with the cats, they have names on this one. This cat is named Sugar. This cat is named Cream. This has a pretty good inner sleeve situation. Photograph. Backed with a list of more releases. Some cassette tapes that you will see later. More beat happening. This is technically not a K Records release. This is by Jupiter, but you know, it's still as K Records as they get. I believe this is from 1990. Nice label on this one. Sea Hunt, backed with what is the B-side? Knock on Any Door. This is also technically not a K Records, but as I will show, it also kind of technically is a K Records. This Redhead Walking with Secret Picnic Spot, and this is actually on Sub Pop. As you can see there, on glorious red vinyl. But you know, K Records contact listed on the back and distributed by K Records. So that counts. Nancy Sin, more beat happening. Backed with Dreamy. Love the art on this one. Love the inner sleeve on this one. Hot pink. Of course, more information about the label. And then a nice high heel. This is from 1990, so I think maybe the other one's from 91. The Sea Hunt might be from 91. So for 7 inches, we have a few more tapes now. This is a trilogy of tapes. The release dates on this are a little bit foggy. They're all listed in this right here. Let's Together, Let's Kiss, and Let's See, and this is from '87. And I believe that they were released between '84 and '86. But these are 3 Calvin Johnson compilations of just some jams. This is the first one, Let's Together. Not much on the tape here. Nice little blurbs about the bands featured. Melvins are on here. Trying to hold it still so if you want to pause it and take a gander. You know, I don't know a lot of these bands that are on these series of compilations outside of the compilations. I kind of just let them live in their own world. This is Let's Kiss. This is, I think, 85. Previous one's from 84. I think the next one's from 86. That's the best of my research as far as that goes. Once again, a few blurbs on the track list here. Bruce Calvin Johnson puts his own band. Wish you could see that better. Pink is not a color that my webcam loves. So it goes. Let's See. The next tape. International Rockin' Baby. And you know, indie rock has become something much different from this these days. It's an industry. And, you know, a lot of indie bands are selling a lot of units, and that's awesome. But it's definitely become a mechanism of popular music, whereas this was not really. I love that. Good track list on this one. This says Mecha Normal, Half Japanese, Screaming Trees, Steve Fisk, View. That Snake Pit track is not my favorite thing. Of course, more releases, few that I've shown. And that's it, you know. I might do a couple more of these indie vinyl alphabet intermissions to do maybe some Matador, some merge stuff. My singles, I don't have many. They're split basically between punk, post-punk, and indie rock. So I have enough to maybe justify another video or two. But we'll get back to the regular 12 inches soon, next week, as soon as I can find the time. I just got another job at the UPS store, picking up some money for records. You know, I've got my bills covered. I just, you know, I want to spend money on records. So anyway, I'm doing training for that and getting synced up. So try and knock out maybe a couple videos today, but indie vinyl might not get back to that for a week or so. Anyway, that's it for today. Y'all take it easy.